Hello, and welcome back to Newfoundland and Labrador Studies 2205. This is Unit 4, Towards the Future, Section 4, Lesson 3, Video 2, on the approach. So, as you will see in the following steps, there is a lot involved in creating a film, but dividing it into these steps makes for a smooth and easy process. The more work you do in pre-production makes production, which is filming, and post-production, which is editing, the quickest parts of the process. So let's talk about what's involved in pre-production, which is essentially planning. A filmmaking can be an expensive and time-consuming process, so this is why having a well-thought-out plan works well. Pre-production takes weeks or months on a full-length feature film. The various tasks in pre-production will save you time later, and you might have heard the expression before, time is money. The more time you're able to save, the more money you're able to save. And of course, that's when we're talking on a larger scale. This process also provides you with the time to revise and refine your vision. Different experienced screenwriters and filmmakers may differ in their process, but this design will help you create a film for the first time. Okay? So the way we have it outlined for you in pre-production might not be the exact way someone who's more experienced goes about it, but this should help you. So the first step is what's called give it to me in one sentence. And it's an expression that's used in pre-production, especially with like producers and directors, where everyone in the production team should be able to summarize the project into one sentence. Then you share your sentences with each other in the pre-production team, and the few words that you use can really change a film dramatically. So say, for example, if I said that I wanted to create a documentary about the cod moratorium, I could say my one sentence is a documentary following the end of the cod fishery and the cod moratorium. Or I could say this documentary exposes the collapse of the cod fishery and the cod moratorium. The words exposing and collapse definitely have a stronger tone and a more aggressive tone. That film, and the first film that I described, would be thought of as different. Once you have your one sentence, you're going to take that one sentence and create what's called a one-page treatment. So this step enlarges those sentences into a one-page summary, or a short story if you're doing a narrative film, as it were. Then you write a backstory for your main characters if you're working on a narrative film. So similarly to character creation in theater, you're going to decide on the background information for your character. This may be done in a character chart or a descriptive paragraph. But again, that is for narrative films. Alright, first you're going to write scenes on index cards. A scene deals with one conflict or problem and a location. So you create one-sentence descriptions for each scene. This can then be used in your storyboard, but also can be moved around easily to change the flow of the film. So whether on index cards, you might have it all written out and think like, oh, no, I should put that scene after this one. And you can easily move them around once you have your storyboard in place a little bit later in the process. Then you're going to expand each index card into full scenes. So a full-bodied scene describes the location of the action, gives the emotional background information. It'll also have the spoken dialogue and stage directions. So it's just like in theater. You have the spoken dialogue after each character name, you have the stage directions in brackets or italics, and you have like background information like setting and props. Then you rewrite your script, if needed, of course. Make revisions to your script and fine-tune your vision. Then you're going to cast your actors. You're going to find the actors to best portray your character, or in the case of a documentary, find the best people to interview. Then you'll scout your locations. You'll need to know where you will be filming in advance, so you can visit possible locations, look for access to electricity outlets, places with little to no background noise, and then you can think about like camera angles and lighting. And I will say this here, the less locations you use, the better, because then that's less moving things around. Lastly, you storyboard your script. So using the index cards that I mentioned earlier, You're going to create visuals for each scene, which you can do little drawings like in this image here, or you can take photographs if you like. And you then take a large poster board, or you can do it on the wall, and you lay out your film kind of like a comic book. Okay, so now it's time to continue to the next video. Make sure that you take a break before continuing though, have a stretch and rest your eyes, and I'll see you in a bit.